Okay, so John Bever is here to talk about Social Security. John, since I've done financial news, I continue to see stories about how Social Security is going to run out. What is the reality?
The reality is the trustees just released their most recent report, and by 2035, the excess reserves of Social Security will be depleted. But Social Security is not going away. You don't have to worry about not receiving your check. So Social Security is a pay-as-you-go system. So what that means is that they bring in tax revenue and they use that to pay benefits. Well, over time, what has happened is that the benefits have increased. Tax revenue has not kept up with that. So right now, tax revenue provides about 80% of the benefits. The other 20% has been pulled from the reserves. And of course, they knew that this was going to happen with the retirement of the baby boomers. So there are several solutions that the government can bring to bear here. They can tax more, they can lower benefits, they can delay the claiming age, which is a way of lowering benefits. They can also print more or borrow more. And they've really done all of these things, and they will come up with another solution. The key is our politicians need to take action sooner than later. The later they wait, the more impact that's going to have on people. The other thing that you can do yourself to prepare for this, if you're concerned about this, is just save and invest more money, become less dependent on Social Security. You can also look at this and say, well, I think taxes will go up in the future. What would I do about that? So you might want to use Roth retirement accounts where you're going to have lower taxes in the future, not take your tax benefit right away, but save that for down the road. Also, if the government decided to do some more printing and borrowing, which they will in some form, that is inflationary. So you want to make sure that you include more inflation protection in your portfolio, like natural resource companies and funds, TIPS, which are Treasury inflation protected securities, and I bonds. The last thing is you can also think about investing more money on a tax advantage basis. There is going to be a larger catch up for those that are age 60 to 63 starting in the year 2025. You'll be able to do an extra $10,000. There may be a limitation on the deductibility of that. And also in 2026, for lower wage earners, there's going to be a larger tax savers credit for single filers making under 20,000 and joint under 41,000.
Hey, what's going on with those I bonds? People, that was such a hot topic for a while.
Yeah, I bonds are very popular because they pay the inflation rate. So what happens is every 6 months, the Treasury Department takes that inflation rate and they apply that to the I bond interest. So when you buy an I bond for the next 6 months, you're going to get that declared rate. And then they change that rate in November and May, and they'll declare a new rate. And then that bond will earn that interest rate for the next 6 months. If you
But I
buy
mean,
an I bond, you have to hold it for at least a year before you redeem it, because there's no way you can get your money out the first year. After that, years 2 through 5, you will give up the last 3 months worth of interest, but that's all. And the fact is right now, those I bonds are paying more than you can get at the bank.
how much more?
The current rate is 6.83%, and that will change May 1st. So if you want to get an I bond, get in before the end of the month. In fact, I recommend buying it even before the last week of the month. Last quarter, there was a huge rush, and they were not able to get all the accounts open and all the transactions completed for those that were trying to get onto the site the last couple of days of the year.
Thank you so much, John, for helping us out today.
You're welcome.